Wow, Gay. Oh my gosh. Did she just do that this weekend?
Good morning.
Good morning, Casey. Good morning. Look at what Gay has on her wall,
Oh my goodness.
right? Gay,
Wow.
that's so incredible. Did you do that this weekend?
I just put the border. That was that quilt along I did in 2 weeks. Every day we did like 16 blocks for 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Wow. Oh my goodness, that's stunning. I can't wait to get a closer look. Let's let everybody in the room though so that they don't miss out on
It's
that.
not quilted. It's just got its borders. It needs to be sandwiched.
Oh my goodness, it's so, so pretty. Good morning, Penny. It's nice to see you again.
Yes, hello. Hello, that's beautiful. I want to do a blue and white quilt.
Mhm. We're gonna ask Gay to bring us in close in a few minutes so we can get a good look at those parts. Wow.
This
Good
is my project.
Look at that,
Oh,
Penny.
pretty.
Oh, how cute.
How fun.
It's like a Christmas tree.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yeah,
it's a Missouri star pattern.
Uh-huh.
And
love
I'm
it.
supposed to teach it this fall down in Florida. So I kind of got to get it done.
Look at the rock star that just entered the room.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
I'm
I
back.
love that. Look at you.
I feel like me again.
You
So
do.
pretty.
Shara, she just took your title as rock star. Look at Cheryl.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Let's start with you, Cheryl. Tell us how this all went down.
Well, I went to my daughter's hairdresser a couple months ago because I didn't want to go into a big place yet. And that's where my hairdresser is, in a big place with lots of people. And so I went to my daughter's 2 times, and she tried doing my purple strips and it just didn't work. And I wanted a short haircut. And she said, no, I think you look better with the haircut you have. So I decided to go to my old hairdresser because I'm not as afraid anymore to go around a lot of people. And she did her magic again.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. It's
I
fun.
love it. It's so fun. The color's beautiful. I love the earrings. It looks like you got new glasses.
No, they're the same.
Wow.
Just the
Is
new you.
permanent? Is that permanent?
It is, it'll last about 5 weeks, and then I have it done again.
Okay.
like-
Cheryl, what do people say when you go out in public? Like, what's the most common comment you hear?
You look sassy.
Mhm.
Well, you are sassy, and it's good to warn people ahead of time.
That's
I
great.
love it. I love it.
Thank
Me
you. But
too.
I really,
Great.
I feel like me again.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear this. Yay. This is going to be a
Yay.
great week. Cheryl's got her hair back.
Yeah.
All right. What else did you get to do this weekend, Cheryl? Did you make anything?
Yeah, I finished the pants. Like
Thank
your,
you.
yeah, the shorts pattern
Mhm.
that you have. Yeah, I finished those. They came out very nice and they fit good. But I have a question to ask everybody, because the last pair I made the same thing. They're wrinkled because I wore them yesterday, but they came out very good.
Mhm.
When I make pants, I don't know what I have to do to solve this problem. Both pairs of pants that I've made, this one I didn't have to adjust anything on it and it fits. The other one I had to do a lot of adjustment, and it still is the same problem. I have to roll the waistband one time to make it fit me right. So it's too long through the body. Is that how do you correct that?
You can shorten it between
the crotch and the waist. So what you want to do is go like, you know, a straight line across, go like your grain line goes up and down, and you want to go
Yeah.
perpendicular to that, and you shorten it the amount that you need to shorten it. So you don't necessarily want to change the width of the waistband or anything.
No.
You want to make that length in there shorter.
Yeah.
And do it kind of in the same place where the zipper would be, like at that level. Don't go down into the crotch curve. Go, you know, do
Oh,
it
okay.
a little bit up higher to the high hip.
Okay.
Then
Like the
you
middle of
just-
my tummy, maybe?
Yeah. And then you just want to, like, you know, soften your lines, because they're not going to connect right. They're going to be kind of jaggy where your side seams are. So
Mhm.
just do that. And then you might even want to do it with a muslin to make sure that that fixes your problem.
Okay.
But I have that same problem with ready to wear pants. They're just always
I
that
do
way.
too. Yeah,
So-
I'm very long waisted. I think that's why.
Mine is the opposite. I need a little bit more length there.
Oh,
I have a round tummy and I need a little bit
I
more
have a
length.
round tummy too.
And I don't like them below my belly button.
No.
Now,
wanna
I
make-
like, I'm Steve Urkel in my pants. I want them at my waist.
I do too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And you can't find them that way hardly.
No.
Well, thanks, Dara. I'll try that on a muslin, like you said.
But there's nothing she can do right now with these pants to make them fit better.
Just roll them.
You could take the waistband off and try and move it down, but your waistband won't be quite the right length to go to the new place that you're putting it. And you'd have
Yeah.
to like change the shaping at the top of the pants where they meet the waist.
So you
That-
take it out several inches down before you,
Yeah.
off the pattern, before you cut out the fabric, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that way you maintain the waist is what Dara's saying. If the
Yeah.
waist fits, you want to maintain that and you just
Okay.
want to shorten it and then you grade out the same so you get the right curve again. But yeah,
okay.
because
Oh, that'd
otherwise
be great.
you end up with a much wider waist because you've just gone down and it gets wider as you go down. So that's
Yeah.
If you're straight up and down, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Carol,
waist-
did you
on your
compare
shape,
this
but-
pattern that you just finished that you thought fit you well to the one that you have to roll?
Mm-hmm.
If this one fits you and you don't have to roll it, put the two together and see if you can kind of suss out where they took it out.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you're doing that and it's like a fly front, then you have to remember to shorten everything else.
Oh, yeah. That's
But if
true.
it's just the zip in the back, you just need a shorter zipper.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're just, I always use zippers that are too long anyway, because it's way easier. I don't know if you can see that, how much it sticks up above the waistband right now.
Yeah.
But they just, I mean, they're so, you can cut them with the scissors, these
Yeah.
plastic coil zippers. So
Yes.
that way you always
not
get
with
it
those
right. And you
sewing
never
scissors.
wind up with the little top tab in the bad place for your seaming and your sewing.
Oh, yeah.
Very
You're
smart.
so clever, Dara. Thank you.
She is. All right.
you,
Well,
Stacy.
three cheers for your new hairdresser, Cheryl.
I love the cut too. It looks really
Yeah.
good on
You.
you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm. You are inspiration to us all, Cheryl. This is how you do it.
Yep. Just dare yourself.
You need a shirt that says "Dare Me," because I will do it.
And again, with the haircut and the purple in there, it's fair warning.
That's right. Watch your step.
Watch your step. Oh, and Cheryl, for so long we thought you were so sweet and innocent.
Oh, yeah, that's sweet old-
Yes, she
You know,
is.
that haircut that my daughter's hairdresser gave me, it always looked nice after she finished. But with me, I would wake up in the morning and I looked like Einstein without the mustache, you know? It just is so bushy. And even my old hairdresser said, the back of your hair is Cheryl's hair. The front of your hair is COVID hair. It is wild and wiry. I said, like me.
Oh, goodness. So
Yeah,
what do you
but
do now? Can you just wake up and go, whoof, and it's ready?
That's all, just
That's
Oh,
nice.
boy, that's great.
Very convenient.
fun. Yeah.
Okay, next, let's zoom in on this majestic, magical, fabulous quilt Gay has going on.
All right, let me see.
Yeah.
So I'll move over here. Where am I always have it so that, there we go.
Ooh, is
Look
that
at how
pretty?
tiny those
What
pieces
work?
are.
That's so
Oh.
pretty.
Gay.
I love
That's some seminal piecing, isn't it?
It was just regular. I mean, this particular one right here,
Yeah, that's
Okay.
seminal.
I don't know, I just did a 4-patch.
4
with-
patches.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah. But the
So
way
that's
you
what I-
angled it.
so I did my corners. I put my final corners as little 4-patches with the
Hmm.
2.5-inch block also. So
Oh,
those are little 1-inch squares. Those are 1-inch squares. The whole
Does that-
block, a 4-inch
Is-
block.
Does
What-
that have a name, the pattern?
It's a Dita Sita, and she did it as a quilt along. Oh, what? It does have a name.
mm,
But that was, like I said, I just did the border. I did piano keys. And that was it. I said, I'm just keeping it simple, and then I've got this one
Simple?
ready to go.
Simple, yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
it's amazing how just plain simple blocks like that can make such a beautiful, complicated looking quilt.
it's so
Yeah.
gorgeous.
It's half square triangles and 4 patches, right?
Yeah.
Basically, yep.
I mean,
Yep.
and that's the kind of quilting anybody can do. It's just that idea of getting it into that big,
Yeah.
beautiful, with all those blues. It's beautiful.
mhm.
You think anybody can do it, but me, not me.
No, it was very
Right, not me
simple.
either.
She did, it was 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. You got a different block each day.
Oh,
And you had to either make between 12 and 16 blocks, which you
Okay.
say, oh my goodness, but they're little blocks. They, the more you spent more time cutting than you did piecing.
oh,
And
yeah.
then I just kept putting them up on the design wall. And I just kept taking a picture every day as it grew and filled itself in. But it
Mm,
was a very easy quilt. It truly was easy.
It sure doesn't look it. It's beautiful, beautiful.
So, and this one is ready to go on. This is all ready to be quilted.
Ooh.
All on the machine, all basted in.
A block and a block.
Is this the Harry Potter that has the Harry
No,
Potter?
Harry Potter is just about one. I've got one row of the bookcase quilt done.
Oh,
This
I've
is
seen
this
that.
one was home is. This is the one that has the cat and the dog. It has the house.
Aw, I love
So,
that.
so that's what this one is. Another blue and white quilt, but
Is that one for me?
would you like it?
I love it.
So that's it. That's all I did this weekend.
That's
That's
all she did.
That looks like a lot.
Yeah, it sure does.
Nice work, Gay. And everybody else is doing good?
Yes. Husband's doing fine. The medicines seem to be working. He hasn't had any more incidences. I'm trying to think. He sees the surgeon this week, the one that did the hernia operation, because that's still open. It's probably not going to close, but he sees him this week. That's it. So.
What's your next project? Just quilting the one that you have on the machine?
No, I have a log cabin that I'm not sure how I'm gonna put it together, but I'm doing a log cabin with just scraps that I have.
Yeah.
and I've still got Harry Potter, but that's paper piecing. So when I do paper piecing, it makes a mess of my sewing room.
It does. It does.
Because you take out so many little pieces, and I don't know, for some reason, there's so much out when I do paper piecing. When I do regular quilts, it's a lot neater. So,
Yeah.
Do you have a quilt that you could bring one time to show us that is the paper piecing so we can see like the difference, what you can achieve? Do you have one that you've already made?
I do have, it's upstairs.
Yeah, don't leave us. But
That one was a quilt along, and it wasn't all paper piecing, it was some paper piecing. But you've seen the Harry Potter blocks, right?
And that's paper piecing.
That's all paper pieced. That is definitely all paper pieced.
So
The other quilt that I learned to do, and I don't do regular paper piecing, I do freezer paper piecing. I find it easier.
Okay.
Have you done freezer paper piecing?
No.
It's much easier. Go on YouTube. You just make your pieces out of freezer paper and you iron it to your whatever.
Okay.
And freezer paper sticks, but it doesn't leave the residue on your cloth afterward.
Right.
And then you use a quarter you have a quarter seam ruler that you put up to the freezer paper. So then you cut an even exact 1/4 inch seam.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to do. I like it better than the other paper piecing. The other paper piecing, I have to really concentrate because I do backwards all the time.
Oh, okay.
But with the freezer paper piecing, you know which side you have to iron to. The other one, I tend to get twisted. So,
Oh, okay. I understand. Yeah.
so
When you say Mariner Star is much easier to do with paper piecing.
oh, you're very accurate. I mean, when I looked at Harry Potter's goggles, I thought, oh, I've done something wrong, but it's the 1/4 inch seam that looks like the piece isn't proper. But once it gets sewn into the blocks, it will be the spectacles will be perfect. I mean, it's amazing how they came out. So with those tiny little pieces.
gosh, it is amazing. You all know Tina, our quilt instructor. She sent me an email over the weekend, and I'm going to put the message in the chat for everybody. I watched this YouTube video this morning. It's a quilt called Plaza. Has anybody ever made it?
No.
Okay, the tutorial is excellent that comes with this. So this is going to be the quilt that I am going to start. I'm going to order the pattern and I'm going to follow it step by step. And even if you just Google Plaza quilt pattern, you can get a quick look at what it looks like. But it's, it looks so intricate, but they say it's great for beginners. So if anybody wants to do the same pattern, that's the one I'm going to order today and start on. And I will probably do the twin extra long to start, just so I don't take off too much, but it's really beautiful. And I'm just amazed, like looking at Gay's quilt and then watching this tutorial,
That
which
one?
is fabulous.
Is that it?
No, no, click the link on the video and that will.
This is a full 3 months of food without needing any
I don't know
refrigeration.
what that is.
3 months.
Hi, I'm Donna Jordan from Jordan Fabrics.
Does anybody know Donna Jordan?
Really
I
interesting
watched her this
Tutorials.
week.
I'm going to show you how to make
Good,
Plaza.
really good.
This is designed by Debbie Maddie of Calico Carriage
Oh.
Designs. And
Do you like it?
it is because it's got these patchwork things that almost
I-
look like they're set on
That's
top
amazing
of these
looking.
big diamond shaped
Here,
pieces.
I'm gonna-
Now, this is my favorite.
Whoops, I'll mute everybody in case you're still watching it so we can hear. So anyways, I'm going to do that. And then I got out all of my pieces. Can you see the cutting table? I'm sorting through, this is just a tiny bit of the remnants that I have, but I'm going to take a little challenge and sew something every day just for me. like just so something that I just want. I'm not necessarily keeping it. And hopefully it'll be Christmas gifts too, but I'm gonna take that little challenge. So I'll be posting pictures of whatever. I'm not gonna go to sleep until I made something that day. So yeah. So you can watch the Sospire Instagram to see what came of the things, but I just have so many tiny, beautiful bits of quilting cotton that it's just fun to look at it. It's so pretty. So, so pretty. So that's what I've been working on here. And then I had muted everybody because the YouTube was playing in the background. So you'll have to unmute when you want to talk. Let's check in with Penny, who's joining us again, and see what you've been up to. You'll have to unmute though, Penny. Oh, I see a little friend there.
Yeah, this is Daisy. She came in and she because Daddy's in taking a shower, so she wanted to come in and be on my lap. And she's not a very good seamstress.
She's not. How big is she? If she's sitting on your lap, how much does she weigh?
She's about 13 pounds. She's not very big.
Oh, she's tiny. Oh my goodness, look at her. She needs some pet accessories. We're going to be sewing pet accessories soon.
Well, she has scarves when she comes home from the groomer, and my husband immediately takes them off. I had Christmas clothes for her. She's not big on the hats.
She doesn't like those.
Yeah. But she has to sit at the doors and guard us from up here. It's squirrels and rabbits and birds. Down in Florida, it's off the canal and off the street. She has to guard us from squirrels and cats. She's over on the alert.
I love it. How old is she, Penny?
For this in August.
Oh, she's a baby.
Yeah, she's a baby. We got her after I had an 18-year-old poodle we had to put down. And so we got her after that. So she's completely different than the toy poodle. But we love her. She's a pain, but we love her.
Yay.
So
what have you been sewing or what are you working on?
Well, this weekend I crocheted a 18 square for the NICU. I belong to a NICU group for that you crochet hats and blankets for the preemies. And so I was working on this 18-inch blanket that I was determined to get done. With the broken ribs, it's limited on how much I can do. And I sewed one day and the next day I paid for it. And then last week was VBF and we did, if you follow me on Facebook, I was part of the snack crew with my sisters. So that's always fun, but it tires you out. So this weekend I didn't do too much of anything. And you saw my Christmas tree. And then I'm working on this other thing, and it's a bunch of antique blocks that were diamonds, and I don't like it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Here, let me see if I can.
Oh, wow.
Where do I need to go? This way.
Yeah, keep turning. Oh, that's beautiful, Penny. What don't you like?
I don't know. Well, for one, what am I going to do with it when I get it done? And two, the bright yellow just doesn't do it for me. So, but they're on there, and I hate the thought of having to take them off. I did them by, here's a piece. They're she had them paper pieced, and then after I took after I had this nylon net, can you see? Nylon net on them. Oh. I took the paper piecing off after it was because it was stabilized, and turned them. So now I've got this, which is part of what I cut off on one thing. And it was a challenge. There's 3 of us that got these antique blocks. Now what are we gonna do with them, you know? So
Have you
that,
thought about over dye?
excuse me,
Over dye, that'll take care of the yellow, just this.
yeah, I can do that. I've never done that. I'm not a
I haven't
dyer.
either.
I've never done, now I have done the tea dye, you know, done that,
The tea might be just what you need to tone it down.
tone it down a little bit. So,
And I always say you can't really mess it up. If you don't like it anyway, you just keep going.
yeah, it's, so far, it's just hanging there for waiting for me to get inspired to do more. And that's about what I've been doing. I've been basically working on my Christmas tree.
It's Christmas in July.
Christmas in July for the October class.
Mhm.
And it's Christmas at Hobby Lobby too. Half the store is already Christmas.
I know. You know, you get rid of 4th of July and they automatically go to Christmas. And they might stick Halloween in there, but I'm not a big Halloween person. So that's the subtotal of it. Oh, and I tore apart some shorts that, as you can probably tell, they're a little wore.
Oh, look at that. That's a good idea.
And I'm going to use them as a pattern because I like the way they fit. And I can't find it.
Are you joining them on Tuesdays? That's what they're working on.
Yes, yes. And that's as far as I've gotten.
Nice.
So
All
that's
right.
the total.
Thank you, Penny. Okay, let's jump down to Miss Fay. What you doing in Florida, Miss Fay?
I'm working on my pant pattern. I got the Fit for Art pattern where I was personally fitted. Well, I got the pattern and I made all the adjustments, she said, and now I'm up to, I got to sew the muslin together, but I've got all the balance lines and
Ooh,
everything
look at
on it.
that. That's what you need, Cheryl. That's exactly what you need.
And then I'll let you know how it works out. And I
You're
found
muted,
out,
Cheryl.
Now
Cheryl, unmute. I think Cheryl's trying to talk to you, Faye, but she's muted.
Who fitted you?
Ray Cumby, you know, Fit
Okay.
for Art. At National, I imagine she goes to some of the expos too. And she brings all of her muslins and she has 3 different backs for flat, average, and big.
Oh,
So and you get fitted in the back that's for you, and then she shows you take this much here. Like I had to take a 1/4 inch from the front crotch and move it to the back crotch.
oh,
And you know, little things like that. And such little bits make such a difference. And when I got done, I realized my body looks like a stout upside down bowling pin from the pattern. That's why when I go and buy a pattern, nothing ever fits.
I know, it's hard.
And I don't know if you were on the line, Faye, in the beginning. Cheryl was talking about her pants.
Oh, did you make your pants? Are they different or?
I made a pair of pants, the same pants that Andrea made the shorts. And they fit perfectly, except they're too long through the body. And Dara had told me to slice in the middle and make it shorter.
She does it differently on hers, and I even saw it on YouTube to make sure. When she tells you to cut it down, because I had to cut it down like between 3 and 4 inches from the top.
Wow.
Yeah, from her basic pattern, because it's made for tall people, short people, you know.
I see.
And her instructions tell you to cut it from the top on hers.
Oh,
But I guess when she fitted, she took it in where it would be. And I carry my weight there anyway. If it had a little more in the waist, it would be wonderful. You know. So I'll see when I stitch it together later whether I am really happy or really annoyed.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear about it.
Yeah.
well, that's exciting, Faye. What kind of fabric though? What are you still just?
I'm big in my stash. I've got one, depending on which one I want to take a chance with. I've got some twills in there. I've got some polyesters that I got when I went to the sewing studio up in Maitland. I've got a variety of stuff I could use. I've even got some rayon. But I think when I get to the rayon, I'm going to make them a little looser because I like a little drape with a lightweight pant. So I'll grab one of them and cut it up.
Yeah.
And this is the same pattern that you made the party pants with, right? That were the
Oh, no,
fun-
that was a supposedly custom fit, but I don't like the fit and they're not comfortable.
Okay.
So I thought I'd try this one and see if it's better. I mean, the other one's okay, but it's, and then I've got to see also when I sew it, I have a chubby hip curve, which is the way I actually look. And that this is smooth going between here because I don't want it to look like a ball with a dip in it. So I might have to, you know, like take a little, make the seam a little narrower there so I have more fullness. But I'll see when I stick it on. It looked good when she fitted me in the pants and did all the pinning and tucking and all that. So I'll see.
What is this a thing where, like, you know how you used to lay on the sidewalk and your friends would trace you? Is
Yeah.
that a thing? Like, can you get someone to trace you on butcher paper and then would it help? No?
I don't think so. You know
If
what
you
I
lay
found was
down, your width would spread in ways that it
Yeah.
doesn't spread when you're just walking around. So
What if I
that,
look
although
at
that's a
it?
good idea, it would probably be better if you stood against a wall and
Yeah.
somebody,
Trace?
that would help you visualize your shape,
Yeah.
which would help you select better patterns.
Yeah, I'm gonna get somebody to do that for me because you might not know what you are. Like, what did you say you are? An upside down bowling pin?
Yes.
I
Andrea,
saw a
if-
long time ago, I saw one that, a method that did, you traced them. But it was a long time ago and I wouldn't be able to find it again.
Andrea, if
Casey?
you stand against a blank wall in, you know, your in something that's very close fitting and have someone take a picture of you, then you can take that picture and electronically you can trace it.
Mhm.
Or I've even just printed it out and then traced over it with vellum. And then I use that for my, what they call a croquis, because then when I draw the pattern, you know, the thing I want onto that body, then things like, oh my gosh, you're too short-waisted for this, don't even attempt it. Or, oh, this could work out well. So that's what I did when I was doing the wardrobe planning last winter. And it works out nice because now I have a template that I can draw everything on top of, and it shows me, you know, whether I should, what height skirt I should try and do, because there's certain skirt heights that I draw on there, and it's like, oh yeah, old lady, not happening.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for the inspiration, Faye, and thank you for the insight, Casey. Anything else to share, Faye?
No, I haven't. What is next month? Upcycling?
I believe so.
Oh, good. Then I can make a bag. I don't have to worry about it fitting.
And I added all those projects to the schedule too, but it bumped us to September. So, but time flies fast. So
What projects? The ones you're doing personally?
the ones we talked about on Thursday when we were brainstorming the bag patterns, I put them
yeah.
all on the schedule for Thursdays, but it did get us pretty far out.
Now
But
this
if you check the
Thursday,
calendar.
we're not meeting earlier.
Weird. Yeah, and I'm waiting for confirmation from Karen because her husband had an emergency, but we're supposed to be learning intro to fabric painting on Thursday at 4 Eastern. And so I may have even messed up the times in my head because it was different. So it's 4 Eastern, 2 Mountain, and then y'all in Arizona are going to have to figure that out. I already can't keep up with your time. But Karen, who's amazing, she's an arts and crafts club leader. She's going to teach us intro to fabric painting, assuming her husband is doing well. So if anything changes, I'll be sure to let you know. I'll put it on the Facebook group, and well, I won't actually see you until then. So Facebook and on the blog, but I'll try to get a message to you somehow if something changes. But I
So
hope
there's no Thursday morning class.
not this Thursday, just because we're going to do the fabric painting with Karen. That was like a special thing. And so I'm waiting to see if she wants you all to bring anything. I emailed her last week, but I haven't got a reply yet. But I'm hopeful that that's what we're going to be doing. I feel like painting on denim would be a lot of fun.
Do we need to re-register, or will that automatically move to 4?
Yeah, I'll use that same link, even though I didn't change the Zoom times, right? Because I don't want to mess this up. We were just trying to accommodate Karen's schedule for that one. Yeah, so it'll be the same length, which is the 9:30. Just know it's 4 Eastern. And I will be sure to let you know too. Is everybody on the Facebook page? So in case like there's supply list or something, because she's usually hands-on demo, so we might be able to do it alongside of her. But it will be recorded either way. So if you just want to show up and watch and then attempt on your own. Yeah. But I'll keep you posted on that. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Who asked that question? Was that you, Faye?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I
to
won't
share?
see you for the next 2 days.
I know.
I have conflict. No, I can't attend at all tomorrow or Wednesday.
I won't be here either of those days anymore. So I miss you guys in between. It seems like a long jump from Monday to Thursday.
Are you going to do Tuesdays eventually, or not anymore?
I don't think so. No, not as long as Ramona's still on the team. No. Yeah. So it seems like a big jump for me. All right, let's see. Who wants to go next? Casey? Did I see your hand go up?
So I got my sewing machines up on a table.
Yay!
And, yay! And now we're going to be in full baby sewing mode. So I probably won't, I don't know how many other things I'll be able to do, but I did have a request from my son-in-law to make a baby bath towel, you know, the little hooded ones, but make it look like
Oh
Yoda.
gosh, that's cute. Oh my gosh, look at the ears. That is perfect for a boy or a girl. It's so
Right.
thrilling.
So we're going for all gender neutral kind of sewing at this point. I'm working in greens and purples and things like that. But yeah, so that was, I made one. I'd gotten 2 yards of fabric, so I wasn't sure how, I'm working without a pattern. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. And I made the first one and it was just like way too big. It would probably work for a 8-year-old or something like that. So I had enough fabric to make a second one. So now I've got the little one and I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to take the big one with me and give that to Mitch. He can wear it.
Mhm.
So that was my big sew.
That's Terry that you were
Yep, it's
stitching
terry
up?
cloth. Yep.
Really nice. And then how did it wash for you? Did you already wash it?
I washed the terry before. I washed everything before I sew with them. So yeah, and it worked out fine. It's nice and soft and should be pretty absorbent. So it should work pretty well as a bath towel. But yeah, so that was my big sew. The other big thing was I have those wire drawers that are slide in into the frames. Well, I had the drawers and had the side frames, but I couldn't find the cross pieces. I'm going through boxes after boxes. I couldn't. And so finally my husband went back into the garage and looked, he was looking for something else and he found a box and he thought, well, maybe this has got in it. So we have the cross pieces. So now I've got the things up. So now I can start organizing. Before everything was just on the floor.
Oh,
So
cool.
now
Can
I've
we
gotta-
see them? Do you have where we can see what the system looks like?
Yeah, it's a hot mess in terms of, I don't have anything organized yet. I just got them into the
Sure, yeah.
thing. So let's see if I can do the camera thing. Nope, that's not it. Y'all do that same thing wrong. I went, let's see. Oh, come on, get you back on. Oh, Lord.
It usually looks like a little circle arrow.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
poking.
there you go.
There you go. So,
Oh, wow, those are nice. I
Yeah,
see where
and-
you kept them.
yeah. And then this is the cutting mat I had before. I had something underneath it, obviously,
Mhm.
that we got rid of, but I was able to roll up the cutting mat. And so I'm probably going to have to cut the cutting mat so it's not quite so big, because I don't know if I don't want to have full 8 feet, but I think I might cut like a foot or 2 off and maybe put it on top of something smaller that I can
So are
pull
you
over.
getting wood? What are you going to put on top?
Well, yes, we're going to get some kind of wood, but as my husband pointed out to me just recently, he said, plywood's pretty expensive these days.
Oh,
So we might be, I don't know what's going to go up on top. I wanted to actually have it split down the middle, because I have this set on this side and I have 3 more on the other side, and
mhm.
do a pressing top on one side and the cutting mat on the other, and then have the cutting mat so I could fold it back over the whole thing, so it's be on a hinge. So cut this down the middle,
Wow.
and then hinge it so that I can flap it back out so that I can have the full cutting thing, but also have a large pressing area. So that's in the design phase. We'll see what I actually get.
Mhm.
Sounds
And look at
good.
that awesome sunlight streaming through.
Yeah, we got.
I had those in my other house. Now
Mhm.
they're out in the garage for storage, but I used them at my other house and they worked out great. You could see what you were getting.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the only thing you had to be careful with is the little stuff might fall through. So you have to put something in the bottom if you put little stuff in.
Yeah, we have a bunch of coroplast signs. My husband was a elected official back in Deep River, so we had a whole lot of those political chloroplast signs. So I just took a lot of those and I cut them down and then covered them with paper and put them in, and that helps.
Oh,
But
that's smart.
yeah,
There's a
Let's-
guy in our town that has made it his mission to take up all those signs. Like he just drives around this little car and he runs to them, snatches them, throws them in his car and speeds away. We see him all the time. He's like
We had someone doing that.
an activist of some sort, but like, it's like, hey, could I have a couple of those for my fabric room?
yeah. Well, here in Arizona, they have a rule that you're supposed, there's a state law that those are supposed to come down either 3 days or a week after the election. And
Really?
yeah, and so, after a week, if it's, if that's I can't remember now which it is. I think it's a week. After a week, if they're still out there, I would say that they're fair game, because they're illegal at that point. They're not supposed to be up. So
I think every
I,
state has that law, but nobody enforces it. And I think they should be fined if they're left up for littering.
yeah, because it's over, folks. Let's just take the signs down and deal.
He takes all kinds of signs though. It could be open house signs, like
Oh.
they could just been put out.
Oh, no.
It's just what he does. Yeah. It's pretty wild to watch him, how fast he runs to get them. And he drives the tiniest car and is chalk a block with these signs in the back of it.
So what I did, I was out biking on my long bike route, and I got sick of seeing a couple of signs from this particular party that I don't really like. and I
Don't
wanted to
mention
get
it,
good.
Doreen.
No, I'm saying I'm not getting into it. I'm just saying a
Don't mention it.
particular party. And so I said, I looked, it was like an early morning, whatever day it was. And I looked around and I went up and I took a couple of them down. I said, I've seen enough of this, but they went back up. I saw them
We're
last
gonna
night.
fix
when
you
we were
up with that little old man.
And
from
she's probably
dinner.
on her bicycle pedaling.
I'm on my bicycle. Oh yeah, I was just zipping mine. I went, screw this, and I just took them down, but they went back up.
Doreen's TikTok famous and she doesn't know it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I don't know it. Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Well, the towel is beautiful, Casey. The sewing room's beautiful. It's an exciting time for you guys over there. Very exciting. Okay, let's see how Miss Kim is doing. Any news on the furniture, Kim?
Oh yeah.
Nothing? Oh, darn. You're muted too.
Nope, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything, so I don't know.
Mm.
The only thing I did was I did cut out the fabric. I have not sewn the fabric.
This is for the pants, the cool
The
pants?
pants. I did see a challenge on Instagram, and I think I'm gonna try this challenge.
What is it?
Okay, it's called the Whole 30 or Whole 60 challenge. Did you guys hear
Okay.
about that?
No.
Through where?
Okay, it was on Instagram, and a lot of people are doing it.
Mhm.
And it says you don't buy any fabric. You use 30 yards or 60 yards of fabric that you have in your stash.
Ooh.
30?
Yes.
You have it, Doreen. Don't worry.
Obviously not of a single cut, 30 yards total.
Right, total.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a little statement behind it. It says, did I buy the fabric just because I didn't want the store to have it anymore? Or did I buy the fabric because I wanted to do something with it rather than just leave it at the store?
Oh, so you're gonna do it? 30
Yeah.
yards. That
Oh,
means
God,
you have
yes.
to sew
Yeah.
I don't get what the
Okay.
challenge is.
to use what you have.
Use 30 or 60 yards of your fabric without buying anything. No Walmart fabric, nothing.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta go up to 30. Oh, forget it.
No, I mean, I don't even have that much, and I bet I have 30 yards sitting right here.
Yeah. 30
Yes, it-
yards.
And
It's
if you
not
think
as
about it,
Yeah.
some of it, like for some of us, 33 yards is a pair of
It's two
pants.
bolts. It's 2 bolts of fabric. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Can
but
we
it's
It's
buy
like a diet. Can you go
Yeah.
shopping first?
Some people did. Some people did go shopping first.
To get it out their system. Like,
Right.
can there be
Uh-huh.
a cheat day where we
No.
eat pizza
No.
that day? Okay, well,
Good job, Andrea.
Can you go shopping for thread and stuff?
Yeah, you can buy notions and stuff, but you just cannot buy any fabric.
okay, I can do that. I'll take 30. I'll take a 30 challenge. Anyone else in?
Heck no.
What's the time
I could
limit?
do it. I could do it.
Who
What's the
said
time
I? Who was saying that? Gay?
Yep.
Okay, Gay's in.
What's the time limit?
I think it's just your own time limit. You just put a time limit on yourself. You don't really have
Oh, okay.
What?
So,
Buying
it's like
fabric?
hurry up and well, okay. I'm saying I'm in, but I'm going to Sewing Expo the first week in August, and I know I'm going to buy some fabric there.
Well, you're going knowing you'll have your 30 already sold up in no time.
I don't think I can do it between now and then.
It's 10, like 10 pieces,
30
maybe.
yards is still
Okay,
a lot.
so we'll give one exception for Dara because it's a special event.
We'll give her the week off. We'll give her the week off while she's at the expo.
Well,
That's
I think
exciting.
I could probably do that too. I just between the two bath towel things I did last night, it's 2 yards. So I've got 2 yards in and 28 more to go.
Yeah. So is everybody so far taking the 30 or are you just anybody taking the 60?
Oh, 60 would take forever for me.
Just 30? So
30.
far?
30, yeah.
Okay.
I know I can go shopping for quilt material for my granddaughter's quilt, so I'm out.
Not for Penny. Okay. Last call. Anybody else?
Only
I'll
thing
do
is
it.
I
Who's
get
that?
I get 3 free yards every single month, so that doesn't count, correct?
No,
'Cause
Right,
it's
right. You
already
didn't
in
buy it.
play.
I
Yeah,
did-
You didn't
Okay.
buy it.
my quilt shop gives me 3 free yards every month.
that's a nice
So
quote.
we
That's
could
nice.
send someone else to buy it.
Who's that?
I don't need it. I have plenty of fabric.
You have plenty.
When are we
Not taking
starting?
the
Right
fabric.
now? When are we
Yeah, right
Yeah,
now.
let's start now.
Okay.
I wouldn't, if they had a great sale on something,
Doreen,
You,
make it.
you don't need it, Doreen. You don't
Just
need
send
it.
your
Yes, I
husband,
do.
Doreen.
Huh? Said my husband.
Send your husband to get it.
Oh, that's cute.
So
What are you
going-
supposed to get at the end of this? You're supposed
You
to get a
can't buy
prize.
anything new.
Satisfaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have 30 yards worth of goodies. So it fits the challenge I was already taking. I said I was gonna sew every day. So
It's,
there we go.
what
This
is-
is fun, Kim.
I'm not restraining myself.
All right.
Life is too
Lynn,
short.
Lynn and I and a few other people were going to Boca to check out one of the other shops.
Oh, that's why Lynn's being quiet up there.
We're not taking the challenge.
I could definitely take it. Okay. That's fun, Kim. Thank you. Anything else that you want to share?
I just looked at, there was an Ankara Week challenge. And so I just looked at a lot of people's designs this week from Ankara Week. It was really nice stuff
Mhm.
on Instagram. So
What is Ankara? What does that mean?
Yeah.
it's a wax fabric. It's some of it is Dutch fabric, some of it is an African fabric, but it's really bright colors and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful fabric. I think Dara has some that was really pretty. I don't have any. I really want some, but I have kind of held off because some of the fabric, Joanne has some, but their fabric is just way too overpriced.
Yeah, that is stunning.
Well, and I get mine from a little store in the next town over that's called French Connections. And I think they sell some on Etsy. This was $5.95 a yard.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
cool.
It was for in their store. But they import it in containers. I mean, like they sell a huge volume of it.
Yeah, I have some from the quilt shows, similar to what Rachel Clark uses on her clothing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful fabric.
It is.
And people make absolutely gorgeous handbags and clothes with it. It's just really pretty.
What is it? Ankara? How do you spell it?
Ankara.
Thank you.
Nice. Any other great news, Kim?
Nope. I only looked at one episode of Making the Cut.
Was it
It was
worth it?
I didn't really care for the first episode.
Me neither.
But-
I watched it. Yeah. It was okay. Did you like any of the designs? Did you remember? I mean,
I thought, well, I was disappointed in who they let go and the person they kept. I thought, really? The guy's outfit looked like a clown, but I mean, it looked like a clown. He had a clown collar, and it was like, really? So I just thought that was, I don't know. And
They need him for more drama later in the season. They didn't want to let him go too soon.
yeah, could be.
And I thought their judges were weak.
We should get you a spot on that show. as a judge.
You'd be a strong judge.
Uh-huh.
You'd be good.
What's his last name? Simon Caldwell or whatever. You know how mean he was and
Oh,
tough?
Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was about it. So I'm gonna try to work on these pants this week. So
Tell me, Kim, the name of the Instagram challenge. Did it have a name so I know what to call it?
I just looked at the Whole 30.
Oh, it's called the Whole 30. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
It was listed under Stitch Please podcast.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. All right. Well, you got some
Stitch Please.
Some friends willing to take the challenge too. Okay, and I'm starting today. All right, let's see. Let's check in with Cindy. How are you doing, Cindy? You been riding?
Yeah, and it's been so hot. We had a wonderful June, which is unusual, but our July has been brutal. I did get some sewing done.
Yay.
Our sewing guild makes pillowcases and bags for foster children, and we had a sew along. And I learned the burrito method. If you don't know about it, look it up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was fun. We did it on Zoom because we we've only had one face-to-face meeting, and it was an outdoor thing. And, but I've been really coming in very tired, even though we've cut our miles back, but the heat is just, I mean, it has, I get in before, when I get in, it's about 85, which is, but our humidity is 100%. So if it's 80, it's hot. It's just miserably hot. And we have not acclimated. By this time, I should be acclimated. And up until last week, we had no heat. So I had no way to get acclimated. And then it just boomed. So we're still out there.
Wow. What are you working on next? Do you still have more pillowcases to make?
Oh, I'm caught up with those. Someone else cut those out. I'm actually have an overall and a top cut out. I've had it cut out for some time. I just don't want to sew on it when I'm tired and trying to find a day. Today's an off day. I got a doctor's appointment this afternoon. I'm going to go for a little walk and hopefully to get some things done. I do a lot of volunteer work for my organization's website work. So after I sit here and do all that, I really don't want to go to the sewing machine. It's just the computer really interferes with my sewing.
Yeah.
That's about it for me.
Too. That's it. Okay. Well, I hope you catch up on your rest. You
I
getting
did
enough
last
water?
night. I slept in this morning. It was great.
Good.
And also the Tour de France is over. I don't have to watch that anymore. I mean, I only watch the highlights and the after show, but still, that's 2 hours. I sit there and knit, but we're staying up late doing that. So now that's over. So maybe I can calm down a little bit now.
I hope so. All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's jump over to Doreen. She's wandering around.
Okay.
What you doing, Doreen?
Just what
Well, that top's pretty.
yeah, so this is the one that I showed you guys. I remember I hadn't even gotten it put together. So this is the end result of this is just from a t-shirt that I cut apart to make it. So this is just a t-shirt, but I just was trying this out, and so this is just tucked in. So this is a legging.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So you have the leggings and leggings like that, and then I had seen a t-shirt that had this type of thing done. So this is just literal. I mean, it's easy because there's no worrying about.
Oh, did you just cut it?
I just literally, I mean, I had it on, solid surface and with, this type of a pencil type of thing.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I just kind of drew it on the one and just did it. So I should,
Doreen, that's the first cold shoulder type t-shirt I've ever seen that I actually like.
Yeah.
It just is, that is very pretty. It's not quite a cold shoulder, I guess. Maybe that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them on Pinterest. That's where I got the idea. They've had such varieties of cutting out. And I'm going, I like that better. So yeah. Yeah.
And you could just cut a little window. You have
can
some
do it,
freedom.
but I've seen it where they had a couple of different, varieties of things cut out. So you just determine whatever you want. And this one, I thought, I was like, is this thing okay? And so I sent a picture to my niece and she goes, oh, yes, that's great. So I knew after my niece liked it, that because she wears such cool stuff. So yeah, but thanks. I do like it.
Is it raw edge?
Raw? Yes.
Is it raw edge?
Yes. That's why I did it with this, because I thought with this kind of a, I think it's got a little bit of lycra or something like that, spandex or whatever in it. So it has no shredding, no threading whatsoever. Yeah. So okay, so I did that, and yeah, and then I used oh shoot, I put it away already, but I used, you know, at Walmart, those A-line dresses that they have so many of, you know what I'm talking about, guys? Just a simple,
Like the t-shirt ones?
yeah, the long ones, yeah.
Yeah.
So I used that and I just cut it out, so this is fabric that I got from, you know, from Joann's in the kids section. So I just did that.
That's cute.
I love that. That's so cute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Very
it's just, yeah, and it's, yeah, that's just a dress and I just have to hem it up right now, but just used some white knit and did the facings with that and
Easy peasy.
easy. Yeah, it really was. I mean, I had to fuss around with
Does
the-
that fabric have like a little sheen or something? Like, is it a little plasticky on those bits?
this is the okay, this is the stuff from Joann's from the kids section, whatever that Casey, what is that name?
Pop. P-O-P, pop.
There, yeah.
And they're mostly just knits and there really usually is not much of a sheet. It's a cotton knit.
Can you
cotton
see
poly knit.
that though? Does anybody
there's
else see
glitter.
that?
There's
Yeah,
some
it's
glitter.
printing.
There's
Yeah.
some glitter.
Yep.
And there's
That's
some
that
that may
now.
have a little, some of the pieces may have some shine to them, but it's just a fun kid thing. But I went, I like that for a dress. I want it. I literally just got it and I went, this is what I want right now.
Mhm.
And you know, the thing about those dresses from Walmart, the armholes are so big and you made yours fit.
Mhm.
True.
I hate that with the
That's
armholes
the
down to
nice
here.
part.
And it's a
And
size
actually,
small.
you have the same idea with a dress that I had just made. I wanted it to mimic a dress that I had bought, and it was the same thing what you're saying, where the it's so low. So when I made my own, I cut it for, you know, I changed that, and so, but that's the beauty of it all when you can do that type of thing. The Walmart thing I actually did because I had bought a couple of them and I'd worn them so much. So I went, screw it. I cut the one, just totally cut it out from the seams, you know, just cut it out. And that's why this was easier to work with.
That would be cheaper than a pattern. Buy a dress from Walmart.
It's so
Oh, yeah.
simple. It was just so simple to make. And so what I'm doing with, I had just a little bit left. And so this guy here that I just tried on, I've had this top for some time. So here's this kind of a top. And it's simple, as you can see, but it fits me. It's got a nice design. But that's it. It's just easy to work with. And so I did half of it, right? I just did it. I just started cutting it out. So did half of it. That's going to be the first half. And then I'll get the next half and put it together and do whatever blingy thing I want with it.
Nice.
Very nice.
So
You're having fun.
I have more fun with this than working with complex patterns. It was not enjoyable. So I'm finding this fun. So the next thing I'm gonna do, well, I don't have to show you that, but what I did is to keep me in line, I bought another whiteboard. So in the back of my sewing room, on this whiteboard, I bought it for one purpose only, and that is to stop having to remember what I want to do next.
Oh, good.
I literally have it up there and I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got everything just lined up. So I don't have to rethink. It's just like so freeing to mentally know where you're going next.
Yeah.
You know, like my white shorts that I just finished, I just put the buttonhole in. They're done. Get this hemming done. So that's the first two. Actually, right now, the first I've got 3 out of the 8 things done. And so like a jean dress, I got that on there. I've been wanting to do that forever. But I got that on the list now. And then I forgot the challenge, not the challenge, but the thing that we're doing for tomorrow. I've got that in the list. I've got culottes. So I want to make some culottes.
Good.
So I've already got the thing. It's a jean type of fabric that I'm going to work with. So I'll do that with that. So yeah, I'm just I'm not canceling out patterns entirely because I realized that the pattern for this guy worked so beautifully. So I'm going to maintain this guy for making pants. So I'll just work off of that because that works beautifully. But I really want to make with one of the shoulders like this. I'll do one pure shoulder and one like that. So I'm not saying I'm done with patterns, but that has my eye. So I just simply love it.
Is that slit on the front or the back?
What now?
Down the center front of that one on the bottom.
Well, yeah, I will, this is gonna go out, this is all the way, that's a big freaking, yeah, that's slit.
Yeah, that's
So-
like Jennifer Lopez wear.
Yeah, I'm gonna, that's gonna change a little.
That's the upside of being small breasted. I could wear that and nobody would see any cleavage. I don't have any cleavage.
I could wear
We had a rule a wardrobe rule at work that no cleavage could be showing. I said, that's the most ridiculous rule. I could unbutton my shirt to my waist and there would be no cleavage showing.
Well, I do have a little bit. So I'm gonna make that and just I'll have it go up to like there or something, I'll make it work. But
You could put a little thing inside of there, like a print of something, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Lace or like
a tank top under it that,
Or
like the ice skaters, how it looks like it's nude, but
I
it's
see
not.
Dara. Dara, you're kind of laughing. What are you thinking?
I just don't, I can't even go there. Like, this is so not, I would be like, get like food in there when I was cooking and stuff. Like, I don't even know how that works.
Someone posted a dress on Facebook and it didn't have cleavage, but it was like right under your breast, and it was definitely had to be small breasted, and you could see the bottom of your breast. This was all cut out, but this was high. But definitely you had to be small. I thought, well, that worked for me if I wanted to do that, but that's not gonna work for me.
Dara, you dress it differently because you do not look like what you're talking about your body. You
No,
don't.
I'm not, I don't do, like, you've got the cold shoulder and all that stuff. Like, I'm not that fancy. There's just nothing fancy happening to me.
Oh, see, I gotta have that because otherwise you just have a t-shirt.
Yes, I have lots of t-shirts.
Do you know why they started making the cutout on the arms? Because most women don't like this part of their arms, but this part's okay.
Oh.
That's what they told me in a taste.
Most of them.
Yeah, we don't want to show our wings.
They don't want to show our wings, yeah.
And I got such little arms, I don't really have wings, but I still, no, that still isn't gonna look good.
If I tried that pattern, my 18-hour would show or they would fall out.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, yeah. I'm using Pinterest a lot. That's what I'm using for inspiration. That's been it for a little while now because they just have so much on there. It used to be magazines, like Vogue and InStyle. I used to get tons of inspiration. I remember being in the car when Dave's driving somewhere and taking the magazine and just, always ripping. So I would make sure I'd keep keep whatever was in the magazine or keep whatever. And then I'd come home and put it up. I realized I haven't done that forever, but Pinterest, I do a copy and a paste into Word. Copy it, put it into Word, and then I can put it up there. Print. Yeah.
I have a Google Docs and I keep a spreadsheet of inspiration, all different.
But I don't want it on this, I don't want it on the computer.
You want it on your.
I want to see it. Yeah, if it's,
That's
I
smart.
mean, I've got it in there on the computer, in the Word document. I've got everything called, clothes that I love or whatever. I put that in there, but then I copy it, print it off, and put it up on the wall, and that's working.
A mood board, a real mood board.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
What?
real mood board.
Oh, it's a mood wall.
Yeah, that's a real mood. Pinterest is a digital mood board. You've got a real visual.
Yeah, I've got both. I've got it in Pinterest already. I got a board in Pinterest, but if I'm actually going to use it, really going to use it, like this is not more than inspiration, I want it, then it goes up on the wall.
That's smart, because then it's in your face.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's great to have it there. It does keep me going, but yeah.
That's true, because I'll think of something and then the next day say, I know there was something I wanted to do, but I can't remember which thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
can't
get
have
a
it if it's in Pinterest on the board, it's great, but you gotta have it up there for the visual, or you will forget it. You kind of like you just said.
Yep.
What
Out of
did I
sight.
write?
Yep, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, yeah. You just the boards they're great if you're in the car when you're not driving, when somebody else is driving, of course, but when you're in the car and you can just kind of Google, go through things, and you don't have to have it on a board. You want to just see it. Yeah. So I
All
think
right, we'll be asking you from now on, what's on the board, Doreen?
Yeah, what's on the board?
What's on the board? Okay, we still have to check on Dara, Sally, Suzette, and Lynn. Let's see what Lynn is doing. I see her boogieing around in her room. Can you hear us, Lynn? I saw a pattern go up in the air.
I saw Lynn. Come on, Lynn.
I was on. Oh, I thought I was muted. I guess not. Sorry.
Your hair looks pretty.
Up a pattern. I finished.
You were
your hair.
Yeah, your hair looks pretty, Lynn.
Oh,
yeah.
I washed it yesterday.
You must have curled it
Washing always
too.
helps. But is Dara still here?
Yep.
I said, oh yeah. Well, I did the YouTube video and made the spaghetti strap on the surgery.
Those cute. Turned out really nice.
Yeah, and it was so easy. I mean, the first time I got it stuck in the middle so it wouldn't go inside out, but you learn real quick how to do it. And so I did, I cut out that girl, and I finished the black one, which I'm wearing. I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, you made that.
Andrea, why can't I get her on speaker view?
Here, let me highlight her for you, Dara. Okay, oops, hang on, I got Doreen still spotlighted, that's why.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. Oh, nice.
I love that fabric.
Yeah. And that's how you use the strings?
Sides out and put in the new spaghetti straps. But the pockets, there's no bulk at all. They're wonderful.
This is the one with the interesting pockets, right?
Yes, very bizarre. Yeah, because there's only one pocket piece and it's actually stitched to the front of the garment.
That's beautiful, Lynn.
So then I did the Girl Charlie fabric that this
one
was just about finished. I did the proper spaghetti strap tie on this one.
What pattern did you use for those pockets? You know?
I couldn't, I took an old dress and just tried to copy what I'd done there. I couldn't find the pattern. I couldn't find what it was called. And it's not where you put two pockets in and they hang loose. It's just one piece. I don't know what they're called. I've been trying to figure that out. So, and the reason why is because on the side seam, there's got to be an order that you stitch it together, because on the inside, they're all, this doesn't have a seam yet. The side seam goes all the way down the side, but the pocket's still open. And then you have to stitch the pocket down onto the front, so you don't want to catch it. So on this one, I wore to an art show on Thursday afternoon and my phone kept on falling out of the pocket. And then I realized, I think I have the pocket on upside down.
Uh-oh. Whoops.
And the way it was in the dress, it said top. But as it turns out, that really has more space to hold your phone. It's a big pocket, you know? And so they had it this way on the one I copied, but then the bottom's real shallow. So the phone kept on tipping out. So also I had to measure how much they left open for the hand hole. And they only had 4 inches. So now this one, my phone will probably never fall out of. So the little, it's hard to tell, but that's not very big to get stuff in and out, but it will stay. So I ripped these pockets out and put them in upside down compared to the real.
Lynn, got a question. Now, with that pocket, you were making it smaller so that the cell phone would stay in, right?
No, I wasn't making it smaller. I was making the opening smaller.
Yeah. So that the cell phone wouldn't come out.
Right, and then because I don't carry a handbag, so I reversed it. So the bottom of the pocket was larger. So they'd have more, you know, it could go sideways or something.
So you can easily get your hands still in it, no
I
problem.
haven't worn this one yet. I hope so.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
I don't have a helmet or anything. I hope it's going to work out. But then, you know, I had my sewing machine in the shop. I picked my sewing machine up. We drove 1.5 hours to get the sewing machine. And they said, before they gave it to me, they said, I may have to send it to Baby Lock, but we're going to try. And I'll be damned. It messed up terrible. The whole bottom was moving up and down. And the neck, I don't know if you can see, this pisses me off because it really messed, it's all, it just, I don't,
Darn it.
You can't tell because it's black. But you know, if your hair's up and you see, I don't want all this stuff.
No.
This
Oh,
is
that's a shame.
I'm only going to the backyard dress. I don't want it to be, oh, you made that. No, I'm not going there. But this part, anyway, so now I've got to take the whole thing apart. And Friday, we're going to the same shop with all the ladies. We're all commuting in a big car. So I guess I'll have to take it back and I'll have to send it into Baby Lock.
Oh, phooey.
I know, and the Janome just drives me crazy because, you know, it's the difference between probably a $600 and a $4,000 sewing machine. It's quieter, it's smoother, you know where all the buttons are, it has more options. That little Janome is just, you go, bum, 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 bum. So I don't know how I'm going to do with my sewing with this. Probably going to take a month to get it back. So that's really disappointing.
Oh, darn.
But I'll use it and I'll finish this one for sure. And I just sewed this one, I sewed the little pocket hole up a little bit. But I think the problem is that I need to put the pocket in the other direction so there's more space at the bottom.
So the difference between the shapes of the pockets, the one on theirs, I think that I've seen that on shirts where all you're meant to do is put your hands in them.
Yes, maybe.
And then you need more.
Utilize it.
Yeah. And the teardrop shape one is for putting stuff in like keys and things like that. Yeah.
Right. Sadly, yes, that's true.
When really the only difference is how much you close it up. When you close it up, you leave the opening at the top of that kind of pocket so that anything you put in there won't fall out.
Go lower. So it's all new to me. So I said to my husband, I got to make one more dress. There's no doubt about it. You know, I got to wear this one and figure it out. So maybe 3rd time's a charm.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry about the machine. That's frustrating.
Yep. That's sewing.
That's why I just kept buying new machines when that would happen.
I've never had problems with the machine, and this one has not been abused. I didn't make 5,000 masks or 5,000 dresses.
It happened right when you were using that cheap or disintegrating fabric, right? When you ran into that problem with that fabric.
Yeah, so that's why I thought there was maybe a more dust in it. So I took it in for the service and the repair, and I thought it's got to be dust or something. But he thinks there's a broken part, and he thinks at this point Baby Lock would do a better job than they would. So you got to trust that. They've always been fair and honest, and he guaranteed his work for 6 months. So maybe, you know, he'll refund me part of the money I paid to have it fixed.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Thank
miss
you.
her.
Have fun with the ladies when you go on your
Oh
show.
my goodness, I have to go on a diet after I leave that adventure.
Then maybe you can join us on the 30 whole 30.
Yeah, yeah.
After you get that one last shot in.
I do 10 yards right now, it'd be a miracle.
It goes fast. Okay, we haven't seen Miss Sally for a long time. How you feeling, Sally? Any news?
No, not yet.
Not yet. I'm sorry. That's a long wait for you. Your sewing machine's missing you.
Yeah, but actually, I did find a vintage sewing machine.
Did you really? What kind? Did you get a Featherlight?
No, it's a Singer, a Singer.
Like the black one? The black one?
No, it's a what is it called? A Rocketeer.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's a Rocketeer. It's a 500A Rocketeer.
I'm gonna look it up. A Singer.
Where did you get it at, Sally?
A garage sale.
Rocket A.
A 500A.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
it's in perfect working condition and everything.
I got it serviced. I had to get it serviced.
But after that, it's just fine. Oh,
Well,
good.
I haven't actually been sewing on it because I haven't sewn.
Oh,
he doesn't know.
You'll find out soon.
Yeah, I mean the man at the service place was using on it. He put a piece of fabric and everything on it, so it's working okay. But you know, it has like the little pedal for your thigh where you can use it, or you can use the pedal on the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and it's inside of it's like inside of you know how they used to have it inside of like a chest or desk.
Are you talking about
a sewing cabinet?
Oh yeah.
You got the little knee pedal. I love those machines. I used to
always wanted
That's
one.
what my mom had. Yep, that's what I used. That's what I grew up on.
And
I
guess
had a
what I paid
Kenmore
for it?
forever.
I paid $10 for it.
What?
Whoa.
Yes. Perfect. I love those things.
$10 for a sewing machine?
She wanted to get rid of it.
Score, Dara.
So
can you get a picture, Sally? Share a picture with us.
Okay, I had plans to do it, and then I was like,
So
I
who
had plans to
was
be down
selling
there.
it, Sally?
What'd you say?
Who was selling it? Was it an older woman or who was
Yes. Well, probably somebody like maybe like in her
someone a little bit older?
50s, early 60s. It was her mother's sewing machine.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
She sold it for $10.
She had two sewing machines, and then her mother had two sewing machines, and then of course she had sewing machines. She just wanted to get rid of them. And she had another sewing machine of her mother's, and she wanted to get rid of her mother's stuff.
Oh my Lord. Did she have fabric too?
No.
Did you ask her what her mom's name was? You can name the sewing machine.
I didn't ask her any of that. Nope.
Oh gosh, well, lucky. What do they say? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I found it. I was like, does this work?
A couple more minutes, Mac.
And she said it just has to be serviced.
Hello, Mac.
What'd you say?
I said, Mac is wanting grandma to say, hello, Mac. We haven't seen him for a long time.
Oh.
Sally, I think that you bought it from someone who actually sews is important, because a lot of people inherit their mother's machines. They know nothing about them. They don't know if they work. I think the fact that the lady was just thinning out, you probably got a very good, well taken care of sewing machine.
Right.
And when I was first started sewing, which was over 50 years ago, to get one of those cabinets that the machine folded down in, that was big deal. That was a real big deal.
Okay. That's the kind I'm talking about, that you literally went down and
Yeah.
up, yes,
And up.
and you had the thing to go, oh
Mhm.
God. Yep. That's fun.
Yep. And I have been looking for one of those for like ever. And I finally found it. So I was like so psyched. I was like,
Yeah.
it was like such a blessing.
Do you know what else, Sally? When you have that top closed, it's an awesome serger table. It will not move.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. So when you want to surge and not have everything shake,
Mhm.
use
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry you're still not feeling better.
Yeah.
I hope soon.
Yeah, I guess as soon as I go and get that long needle stuck in me.
Oh, Sally,
Wow.
you've been through the ringer. Oh,
Now I'm dreading it. At first I was waiting for the appointment. Now I'm like, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
gosh, they got to get our happy Sally back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It was good to see you again, Sally.
to see you guys too.
Okay, let's see how Suzette's doing with her crazy chiropractic. Did you go to the acupuncturist over the weekend?
No. No, I go tomorrow to
Okay.
this chiropractor.
Good,
Good
good.
luck.
I'm still working on my pants. That's about it. I can only sit here for so long and then
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, now years ago when I hurt my neck, that's when I started standing and sewing. So
if I stand, I'm still off because I have to use the foot. So I'm still
that's when I
kind
got
of
the
moving.
push button machine too.
Yeah.
That's when I started using the push button and got rid of the foot pedal and started standing, and it did help.
Wow.
Something
But
to
I
think
can
about.
stand, my desk will go up,
Yeah.
but
So maybe think about that if it's a long-term thing. Like it took me a couple years to be able to turn my neck again.
Wow.
So,
how
but
do you do
I
that?
drying my hair. It just was like pop.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, darn.
Mm.
Yeah. So I raised up the table, got the push button machine, started standing to sew, and I didn't have pain.
Did you rupture a disc in your neck?
I never had it diagnosed. But the other thing too, full disclosure, not a doctor, not a chiropractor, just telling you what I did. The other thing that really helped was started hanging from doorways and playgrounds. Like go find some monkey bars and hang from them. And it gave me the space is how I understand it, that stretch.
Yeah.
You know, computers desks are very popular now, standing desks. Back in the 90s, when we first started using computers, they were putting us at typewriter desks, which were totally wrong. We didn't have, it was nothing ergonomic. And I was having some horrible issues. And my husband built me a platform to go on top of my desk at work. And I got a stool that was not rolled that I could perch. That was the first computer standing desk. And I started getting relief. The company started building them for other people in the company because they were having problems too. And it all stemmed from we were using computers on a typewriter. Your mouse was up here. You can't do that all day long.
Right.
Yeah. So think about that, maybe Suzette, depending on what he says, maybe it's time for the push button and the high up, standing up. And it makes your legs real strong too. Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else to share?
No, that's all I did.
Okay, let's go right over the top of your head to Miss Dara. It looks like you got a new configuration. Did you move your machine?
No, I just moved my computer's on the ironing board. That's why it just looks different.
Oh, it's a
So,
good view.
These are the ones I was working on at the end of the week. And I finished those. And then I found a different khaki in my stash, left over some slacks I made when I was working. And then under that was some gray. So I just made these while we were sitting here talking. So
no way.
I cut them out last night and I had all the pieces, like I had my interfacing on, like I had it prepped. So all I did was put them together while we've been, I mean, we've been on the phone an hour and a half. I mean, you can.
Sorry, guys. We had a big turnout today.
An hour and a half, Dara.
I don't
3
press
pairs of
as I go, I
shorts.
press at the end. So I just need to take them to the ironing board and press them. But I wanted to get them finished so I can get them in the mail.
Those are beautiful. Will you take a picture of all of them in a row for us before you send them off so you can see all the span of them? You got them all right there? Do you have the whole stack? Let's at least hold them up for us. I can't believe this.
I made this like, you can't really see it, but this is dark green, like olive drab. And then these are navy.
Gorgeous.
And then I made a black pair.
Are they woven or knit?
I'm sorry, what?
Are they woven or knit fabric?
They are all made out of stretch suiting, lightweight stretch.
Isn't that nice?
I'd love to have some of that.
Me too.
My mom lives in Florida, and she is too small to buy these kinds of things in the store. You see these everywhere. Like ladies are wearing these for golf and everything, but her size does not exist in the store. That's why I make them for her.
Yeah.
Can you buy that stuff? I guess you can still buy the stretch weight suiting, and it's washable.
Oh yeah, it's all washable. It's all different. Like this black is my favorite. It's like super, super lightweight. Almost feels like the sort of thing that they would make like maybe scrubs out of. Like now, you know how they make the scrubs out of that lightweight stretch stuff? That's what this feels like. I buy them online. I buy them. A lot of these came from Fabric Mart, but I also get stretch suiting from Mood. Anybody who has it, I will buy it.
Are you making those for your mom? Were you making those for your mom, Dara?
Yeah, these are all for my mom.
Those are the zeros?
So what? Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. What size is she?
Well, she's only 4'10" and she weighs about 100 pounds.
So,
they're just, they make, you know, teeny bopper kind of clothes, but not for she's going to be 80 this year. So, you know,
I get it.
Children's clothing. Okay. So, there is no more in the ladies department. There's almost no petites available at all anymore. And what there is, they make them in like, you know, what is now labeled a 2 is what used to be labeled an 8. You know, everything. So they didn't make negative numbers for the people who were smaller. There just aren't that many people who are that size anymore.
Well, the clothing sizes are so weird because when I was in high school, there was nothing smaller than a 7. And we were all really little then. And that's what we wore. And that would not be a 7 now. That would probably be a 2.
Oh, would
it? I used to
it?
shop in a store called 579 in the mall. Remember that store?
I do.
And I wasn't stick thin, and I wore like, you know, a 9, an 11. And these days, if I go to the store to buy something, I'm smalls, extra smalls. It's crazy. It's
want us to feel better.
Are those smaller sizes because now they don't have anywhere to get clothes. But you know,
I guess think it varies though by the store.
Worthwhile.
By the type of store, though, it will vary on how things will fit a bit.
A bit, but it's like they just dropped those small people off the bottom of the scale.
Yeah, that's true. My niece was a very, very small, and she would get very upset because when we went shopping, she said, just look for everything in extra small.
Yep. And
that would barely make it on her. So when I made one thing for her one time, and I literally in the back, it was, I think almost 2 inches. I literally had to grab the fabric, and it was an inch on both sides, an inch. So it got to be 2 inches in the back, really almost 2 inches in both sides. So she was whatever below a size 6. You know, it was just, I felt so bad for her.
We are not a small nation. She is not the norm.
No.
She wears size 4 shoes, even harder to find. If I could make her shoes, I would.
Lord. Yeah, where does she get them?
She doesn't anymore. It's almost impossible to find shoes. She orders shoes.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's no stores selling that anymore.
So she has to shop in the children's department if she could like a tennis shoe or something.
She orders her shoes online and takes a risk that they're going to fit, and a lot of stuff doesn't fit. We're forever like putting insoles in things to make them fit.
Just to make.
Yeah, Sears used to sell the small sizes because my aunt wore very, very small shoes.
It's just the same as being someone that weighs whatever 300 pounds. You know, with the real heavy, the real thin, it's the same thing. They're both having the same problem.
But when it was like my middle daughter wears lady size 10 shoes, and when she first got to that size, we would go to Target, they wouldn't have any. So you're talking like 10, 12 years ago, we were like wandering around trying to find her shoes, and now she has no problem finding shoes. There are lots.
I was about to say there's plenty of shoes out there now that because I'm up. Yeah.
Well, they have we're upsized nation. Remember, everything's upsized, and we're putting smaller sizes on them so you feel better because you're upsized.
Yeah.
Yeah, my older daughter wears a 10, and we had a hard time finding her shoes when she was young.
But now it's no problem. Now they're everywhere.
Yeah, they are. Definitely.
Well, your mama is a lucky lady to have you.
Yes, she is very lucky.
She's going to be excited to get that package.
Well, I didn't tell her I'm making them, so it'll be surprising.
Oh,
sweet. That's going to be nice.
What's next for you, Dara, now that you're done with this?
Well, I think I'm going to make her a nightshirt. I'm going to take that nightshirt I made for myself and scale it down to fit her, because she has a similar problem with all her clothing. Like the neck holes are too big and they're falling off her shoulders. So I think I'm going to make her a nightshirt and then pack this all up and send it. And then I don't know. I haven't really thought, because my daughter's flying in tonight and she'll be here till Saturday. So maybe I'll start thinking again on Friday what I'm going to make when she's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, then you'll get to show her the stuff you made before you ship it. No? Will your daughter get to see it, or are you shipping it before she arrives?
I was going to go ship it today, and she's not coming until tonight.
Oh, she might not.
She knows. She knows what I'm making.
That's fun. Does she sew at all, Dara? Is this the one that sometimes sews?
Both of my girls sew. She does. She started sewing, like neither one of them wanted to learn from me. And they both started sewing when they were a little bit older, like, older teenage years. And then she moved to California and she started sending me pictures of like, oh, I'm going to sew my first dress. And she bought like a Vogue designer pattern and fitted it to herself and made it. And then she put all this like electronic stuff so it lights up and stuff. I'm like,
wow.
She's an engineer. So she, like, to her, it's like, I don't understand why people have trouble with any of these things. She just does it. So
yeah.
And
fun.
If you, all these years it was rubbing off, everything was sinking in.
Well, I mean, I figure they have it, like, genetically they get it.
Yes.
Like my grandmother was a milliner, so she worked in sewing. Lots of relatives were tailors and owned dress shops and that sort of thing. So there must be some genetic component to it, I think.
I agree.
Yeah. My great grandmother was the same. And sometimes when I have no idea how to do something, the idea just pops in my head, or the solution. I'm like, thanks, Grandma.
She coaches you.
I think it's one of those places where women had the intellect for engineering kind of things, but we didn't have opportunity. My daughter is an engineer, and she learned a little bit from me, but didn't start sewing until she moved to England. But it's that puzzle problem solving kind of part of the brain that gets fed when we sew.
My granddaughter's an engineer and she sews very well. I did work with her when she was younger, but now she's 25 and she's actually still in school, but she sews.
Yeah. It is engineering, right? Like we're taking something that's just flat. And
She loves the math. So a lot of engineers here, huh?
And mathematicians, because we know what happens if you don't measure.
Look at you, Andrea, how you figure out and make all those bags up for us to make.
Yeah, yeah, I love the challenge too.
Yeah.
And figuring how it comes together. Okay, did I miss anyone? I'm sorry we went so late. We just had everybody was up and at it. It was the purple hair, Cheryl.
Blame it on me. Blame it on the bossa nova.
You got us all inspired.
I love your hair. I love it.
Me too. Okay, so
all right.
Good luck to Gay, Andrea, Kim, Dara, and Casey. 30 yards.
Oh, me too.
You're gonna do it too, Cheryl?
Sure, sure.
Okay, and
It
Cheryl's
can be all different fabrics, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Positively.
that's what I
Okay,
thought.
so I'll be looking for an update on Friday, and then keep an eye out on the Facebook page for more information about Karen's class. And then you guys see Ramona Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, have a good one. Happy
Bye.
Monday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.